2 Tower Chimps is an achievement in Bloons Tower Defense 6 where you can only place 2 towers down throughout the entire game in order to get the 2TC ability. And today we're going to be doing this with the Carrier Flagship and our good old friend in the tank, Captain Churchill. So let's start by, obviously we have to put down a Buccaneer because we can't put Church downhill from the get-go because he is too pricey for our means so far. We're going to go with a 202 Monkey Buccaneer, and then we're going to think about saving money in order to place down Churchill because we're going to need some lead popping power for round 28. And unless we get to Carrier Flagship, then the top half will not have any means of being able to pop lead balloons at any given point in time. But tier 5 of the top half is 27k, and you won't be able to make that amount before round 28. So we're going to need Churchill on the field. Double shot, then Crow's Nest, then Churchill. Placement on the field itself. And we're going to place Churchill down here for 2 reasons. Number one, his cannons will be able to go in a straight line along here. But number two, he can watch out for the exit as well along there. Let's see, Crow's Nest is up, so we don't have to worry about camo balloons anymore. And then we're going to go from here. One of there's going to be any rounds in which is going to be a bit of a pain from now until we can put down Captain Churchill onto the field. I hope not, but there might be one or two. Ooh, that one nearly escaped down there. That was a bit of a lucky snipe there onto what was the pink and then the green and then the red. That's why we have double shots, so we're able to go through this. Okay, so regrow yellows, not a good sign, but we've managed to go through that round. Let's have a look here. Blue balloon, red, blue, green, whatever color it may be of the rainbow, except orange. There is no orange balloon. What is it about the color orange in which the balloon universe lacks of? Oh, hold on, round 19. Could be a bit of a twist here or there. Let's see what we can get from this. Round 21. Oh, that's all good, actually. So we're going to place Churchill here. I'm hoping this is as straight as it can be. Yeah, that's in the straight line. Lovely. Oh. Okay. I put Churchill on last, so his cannons always fire on the straight line, or as much as it can do. I hope that is a strategy in of itself that works so well, just like the Juggernaut. You place it on a straight line, and it'll be able to do the maximum amount of work that it can possibly do. So now with Churchill on our side and the blessings of the Sun God are with us, now we're going to go on to Destroyer, and then Aircraft Carrier, then Carrier Flagship, and with the remaining of our monies, we're going to be leveling up Churchill, because we have nothing else to spend our money on. Let's see, lead's going down the size there, sorry, 2 sides there, lovely. Round 29, and then round 30, we'll have another bunch of leads, just more of them in comparison to round 28. Yeah, I feel like this is going to be a bit of a simpler one to try and go through in comparison to our previous 2 Tower Chimps that we did, which was the Super Brittle and the Special Operations, which was a lot of fun. I'm not going to lie, I had a lot of fun with those Marines. It's getting to that point, and I found that 2 Tower Chimps, getting Special Operations was easier than trying to do a 2 mega pops with the Special Operations, because you're not entirely reliant on the support Chinook to give the pops before actually getting the Special Operations itself. Let's see. Okay, Churchill has its machine gun, which is lovely because now we don't have to worry about black balloons as much. Destroyer is now with us. I'm assuming you could possibly just do Aircraft Carrier and then be able to get Churchill up to level 20, because when I look in the index, with the Carrier Flagship, you can only go up to level 19 with Churchill because of how slow he levels up. Just like Adora, just like Sai. He's among the slowest of characters to level up. Discrimination against certain heroes, I do not know. But there's obviously reasons why Ninja Kiwi has implemented different rates in which a character can level up when it comes to the heroes. because the more powerful ones obviously will take a lot longer in order to put into place. But then again, with Adora, she has her sacrifice ability in order to use on balloons, which can force her to level up. So, in theory, Adora, could be like the first hero to get up to level 20 and so. So let's see, the first Moab was not a problem whatsoever. The combination of aircraft carrier and Churchill at level 6 at the moment enables us to get through that one single Moab quite effortlessly. When I did my Tier 2 Mega Pops video on this map, someone suggested a 2 tower chimps on this map as well, so this is for you. And what's really satisfying is that a few times recently I've been selecting 2 tower chimps where the towers in question both start with the same letter. So in this case, Carrier Flagship and Churchill. And I did Super Brittle and Special Operations. So we're doing this little thing of the alphabets where we try and do 2 tower chimps of the same letter if we can, in which both tier 5s or heroes begin with. It's not a necessity, but I just think it's quite fun to look at, really. Round 48 has been dealt with. Luckily, the aircraft carriers making light work of the zebras, so that then the Churchill can finish it off, or the little planes finish it off. I wonder if this also suffers the same terrors that other sub-towers have, which is the fact that when the tower itself despawns, then any projectiles left on the screen do not get any pops for the parent tower because the actual sub-tower itself has disappeared. Yeah, this is quite effortless at the moment. I was expecting there to be a particular round which could actually stop us, but not at the moment. Like, I fear the bad, actually. I fear that's going to be, in some ways, the death toll for us in this game. Just like it did with Super Brittle and Special Operations, which was... It was the stars aligned moment, not gonna lie. I feel like that is... I would say that's marginally less difficult than Psy and Master Bomber. Like, I feel like there is some room in order to actually do the things that you need to do throughout the game. And once you get both tier 5s, then you're pretty much set for the game. But it's just a matter of where you place the Special Operations as Marines on the field. Whereas with Psy and the Master Bomber, sometimes it felt like luck, but it all solely depends on where you put the towers and Psy's ability using. Which is also probably going to be a thing in this run as well, but less consequential if you you muck up a particular ability or something like that, because Churchill is very powerful. Very, very powerful. And I didn't realize it, but we have Carrier Flagship now on the field. I don't think there would be anywhere else in which the Carrier Flagship could be in order to get us off the initial few rounds there in order to get us through the game. So, because I can imagine us placing the Buccaneer down southeast and trying to get through rounds there. Also, apologies for that hiccup noise I just made there. Carrier Flagship, Churchill, Cubism. What else can begin with C on this map? Not really much. Oh, ceramics. That was the thing that did begin with C and then ended off with nothing. There we go. 4 things on the map that begins with C. You realize that there's a lot of abstract on this map, considering the random directions in which the lines go in. What I'd like for you to do in the comments section below is to select one random advanced map, and I've got to try and do a chimps run on it. Not like a 2 mega pops or a 2 tower chimps. For me, it's just trying to be able to do advanced maps and expert maps on chimps, because like there's a lot of videos out there. Like, I think Chom made a video recently where the Master Bomber and Adora was able to be some of the main towers in order to clear the Ravine chimps. And I'm thinking, Ravine is such a bloody awful map when it comes to tower placements and all that jazz. The map itself looks beautiful, but goodness gracious, I hate Ravine with a vengeance. I think it is hands down the hardest map in the entire game. But you could have like Dark Dungeon or Bloody Puddle, but They have just a tad bit more leeway, and the only way in which naval monkeys can be of effectiveness is if it's like the Sun Temple or a true Sun God, or if it's like an aircraft carrier or a Carrier Flagship that spawns sub-towers, or it would be a ballistic missile submarine. Like, those are the only things which are really effective within the waters of Ravine, but Ravine as a whole is just such a horrendous map in order to actually do anything on. Let's see. Captain Churchill is now at level 12. Lovely. Still, no need to use abilities yet. We have not used a single ability so far. Also, I've just seen as well with Captain Churchill, if you position his cannon last, I think his gun is always going to be set to first no matter what. Round 77 is coming to a close. Round 78. Let's see what happens to these ceramics. And light work, honestly. There was no issue in that whatsoever. That was probably like half of the way through the map at the very most. But alas, we have completely and utterly demolished round 78. Here's the latter half of this round coming right up. Come on, there we go. And that was even easier than before. Round 79. Does this do bonus damage to camos? Or is it just me? Or maybe it's Churchill, I don't know. But it just seemed like those camo ceramics made it a bit less into the map than the regular ones did. Maybe it's just me and my imagination going haywire. Maybe it's because the planes were already out in this part of the map anyways. Perhaps I'm just hallucinating things. Right, round 80. Yeah, we're going to be using that, I think, is going to be helpful. Reduces CMG down to the BFBs. And then that's all that cleared out. So, near enough 17,000 months required. Also realised when I hold out for a long time, I realised part of the map is always being covered up, and I do apologise about that. Round 81 is dealt with, round 82 is here. Yeah, so far this has been really easy, but I imagine there might be a round later on, as in 100, which will be ability dependent on if we can actually do the rounds or not. So, I'm thinking that we should preserve at least the artillery shells for round 100. So round 99, we have to clear the fortified DDTs with both the Carrier Flagship and the armor piercing rounds. Round 83, lots of ceramics on this round, which is lovely. And okay, so at level 15, all of our attacks from Churchill does extra damage to fortified balloons. Sweet. Round 84. Well, this ain't fortified balloons, but I will live with that because then that requires twice the amount of RBE power to pop them all. There we go. 84 is done and dealt with. Practically finished. Let's do that for both of those. And past round 80, Moabs gradually get tougher. Ceramics get tougher. Alongside that, all balloon speed gets increased as well past round 80. 85 is done. Round 86. So what do we do here? I'm thinking, again, we should preserve our artillery shells for the 4 ZMGs that will spawn on round 87. Armor piercing also does bonus damage to fortified balloons as well, I believe. Hold on, let's just see this. Can pop black balloons and do... Oh, it's extra damage to ceramics. Okie dokie. That's what it is here. Okay. It's not extra damage to fortified. It's bonus damage to ceramics. Artillery shells for that. And then the armor piercing shells for that to deal with the excess of these behemoths. Round 88 is here. Would you stop talking, Churchill, while I'm trying to do my commentary? That's just really rude and all that. Artillery shells. Excellent. Turn those downsized. Round 88 is done for. Lovely. Yeah, the artillery shells have a long time for its cooldown, but nothing that we can't handle. And they're back actually, which is good. Let's see. Round 89 is... Dealt with. Lovely. So round 90. Let's slow this down so we can deploy our ability well. There we go. Use the artillery shells on the DDTs, because I doubt that the Carrier Flagship alone can pop the wonderful, what do you call it, DDTs there. On its own, highly doubt it. Right, round 92, lovely. Now we're going to preserve our abilities. And we're definitely going to need to preserve our abilities for round 95 because of the many DDTs that spawn about round. Sometimes you don't even get to round 100 to try and find out if the bat is going to kill your run. I think one of the best rounds to try and test to see if a particular combination works effectively is if both of them can clear round 95. If you can't clear round 95, then there's no point of trying to clear round 98 or round 99 or round 100. Oh, here we go. There we go. Yeah, we're going to deploy the armor-piercing shells now. And as you level up, the armor-piercing shells ability gradually gets longer and longer in its duration, which is a nice feature, actually. 94 is here. Yeah, we're going to use the artillery shell because the DTs take a long time to spawn anyways. Ooh. Hey, how you doing, Churchill? Hope you are doing well wherever you are, and this is a little bit of a struggle here, but again, nothing. Oh, that was close. Yeah, that was really close, actually. Let's see, back to last. And when all of the DTs have spawned out onto the track, then we will use the artillery shells. Let's see. Slow this down. Put it onto strong so that Churchill will always target DTs. I'm just waiting for all of them to spawn on the track. All of them just... How many of them are there? Let's see. Armor piercing... They are getting through, but what the hell happened to my artillery shells? It's like they just disappeared there. They didn't even drop down as the DETs at all. Well, it seems that armor-piercing shells will be able to do this in, which is lovely. Okay, so armor-piercing shells was the way forward there with the DETs. Oh, I suppose it's because it enables Churchill's cannons to be able to pop DDTs because of the lack of black popping power with the shells. Okay, I get it now. It was only his missiles that enabled him to be able to pop DDTs, but with everything else, we couldn't because of the black property of DDTs themselves, which is a little bit of a bummer, don't you think? But alas, this is how things go. Keep Churchill on first for the time being. I think we should have used our artillery shells around 97 if I'm thinking about it right now. Oh, but yeah, let's clear those up. Round 98 is going to be a bit tricky. Let's see. Artillery shells. We're not going to take out the ZMG layer, but it's going to do a good amount of damage against them. Oh, we should have had that previously. Oh, well. No worries. And yeah, divide and conquer is a good strategy. Just be able to do all that. Lovely. Round 98. This is the big round here. Can we clear through this round? Do a fortified shell. Oh, sorry, the oh, good. I was supposed to say that there. The armor piercing shells first there. So let's go on first so that we can clear these super ceramics. Super fortified ceramics are no joke. And yeah, we're gonna need to use the armor piercing shells now. And oh god, this is so much carnage here. And yeah, I think that's a good idea. What the hell happened to Churchill there? Yeah, they're more dispersely laid out this time, which is good. But I'm still... Oh, yes, we've done that. Round 98 has been cleared. Okay. So, I think we should just use armor-piercing shells and then go from there. But, ooh, what a combination. That's good. That's really good. Now just use the artillery for this. I was waiting for you to say that. It's a big old bugger, isn't it? Oh, I used that armor piercing too early there. I'm not sure if it does extra damage to Moabs at this point in time. Oh, I should have done that. Oh well. I may have used that too late. But alas, Doing that. Lovely. Bad is going down. We're going to wait with the armor-piercing shells until the bad layer is dealt with. We should be pretty close now, looking at all things. We should be very, very close to dealing with this. I'm hoping that we get our abilities back. For this, we're going to go slow so that as soon as the bad is gone, we can activate the ability there. Lovely. And that's dealt with all that. The ZMGs are still getting cannon fodder there, and that's cleared. A few hiccups here and there, but that was probably one of the easier 2-tower chimps to do. I wouldn't say it's one of the easiest with some of these rounds because of the ability reliance with Churchill there, but I would say it's definitely, if I was ranking this from easiest to hardest, from like S to F, S being easiest and F being hardest, I would say that Carrier Flagship and Churchill on this map in particular is an A. Like, the ability reliant means that you definitely need to time your ability so that you don't just deploy them just because the bad is close to being popped, because when a particular layer has been popped, then you lose all of the other missiles that would have landed down as well. So that's why I waited for the DDTs and the ZMGs to spawn out of the bad before using the artillery shells, which I think was a necessity in order to get through all that. That's why I thought if I allow the artillery shells to be fired from when 100 starts, so round 100 starts, it means we could get through all of that. And yes, we are missing a few pops here because I think it goes up to what was it added on? Might be something like 100 missing or something like that, or less than that, but it definitely doesn't end in that number. Oh dear, the curse of sub towers, honestly. So 1.266 million pops from the Buccaneer, and Churchill
At your service.
has 775,910 pops. I would say it's evenly distributed, and it's not a 1 million pops for each, like I did earlier on in the year with Carrier Flagship and Pirate Lord. But we definitely went through all that, which is lovely. So that was quite an easy 2-tower chimps, if I say so myself. So let me know what advanced map you would like to see me do a chimps attempt on. I'm just trying to think thematically. Like, I would like to do an Etienne one, a Mesa, or let's just say on one of the easier maps like another break. I definitely don't want to try and do Pat's Pond, but like that is a horrendous map. Cornfield, the achievement where you don't remove any of the corn in order to do the chimps run on, like that could be very interesting. A very interesting one to do there. Underground is another okay-ish one. You have to rely on like towers like tack shooters, I think, in order to do that one in, because of how the map works. High finance could be another one. Spillway. The tower that you place in the center is very pivotal, because you can't just place any old tower and then expect to just do wonders. Thank you so much for watching, and take care of yourselves, everyone.